We've done so many amazing things. Most people will go their whole life without experiencing what we've experienced in 1 year.
It's only water, it's either sink or swim.
It is really intense, sometimes beautiful, and always unbelievable. If you would have told us that we'd be doing all of this 4 years ago, I would laugh at you.
Nobody can take that away from you. Oh, straight from the heart.
So many memories, so much life.
You gotta be true, true, true. You gotta be.
And it is in these moments, at the height of our life experiences, it crashes down upon you, the very real, dark reminder of how we got here. Last month, my best friend called me and told me he was dying. This is my best friend, Chris. We've been friends since 5th grade, when Chris was first diagnosed with leukemia. He overcame it pretty quickly that time, but it's remained a part of our lives ever since. About 6 months ago, Chris was re-diagnosed, but this time, he was given only 1 year to live. And this is where our story really begins. From the moment we found out this news, our perspective on life was forever changed. It started with that phone call. I wasn't planning on answering, but there was something that just kept telling me I needed to. Hello?
Hey, listen, man, I really appreciate you being so optimistic all the time, but the blood test came back in today.
If I don't get a bone marrow, like if I can't find a match, like
It's hard.
I know it's hard to like
It's very
exactly.
hard. I would say if you don't get a bone marrow transplant, we're not talking a few months, we're talking a few years. Okay. And unfortunately, my gut feeling is this leukemia will become resistant and then will be much more difficult to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if the medication doesn't take? Unfortunately, like what if the ponatinib does not become successful?
So that's where we were at. He had 1 year to find a bone marrow donor. And if we didn't find one, there was no way in hell I was going to sit in a lecture hall and watch it happen. I decided to drop out of college so we can spend time living our bucket list. And I would do everything I could to make it happen. We started off by making a video. It was an invitation to our journey. We wanted people to experience the bucket list with us. Back in 5th grade, my best an opportunity to live with Chris. It went viral.
A story about the power of friendship.
Chris Betancourt and Dillon Hill living his life to its fullest.
They call it One List, One Life.
Thousands of people across the world wanting to help make our bucket list possible.
We're gonna go around and feed the homeless for Thanksgiving and see if we can get some smiles going on. Flying for the very first time by myself. He's like flying the plane.
He's in charge of the situation.
So if anything goes wrong, it's because it was him.
Have a pillow fight with a bunch of strangers. Turn now, and we have a special surprise for him.
Go ahead, Chris.
What do you mean a special surprise? It's not a special surprise if the camera's right there.
Dylan and I are about to get our first tattoos.
Matching tattoos. I mean, I'll see how I feel in the morning. The pain wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. I did ask for purple, and it's slowly becoming red, but I think that's my fault. Mom, how are you feeling?
Nervous?
You're not even getting the tattoo.
You're still my baby. Wow, that's perfect.
Yep, perfect. Yep, that's perfect.
Can you tattoo some biceps?
Yeah. Just like a 6-pack of Heineken too. Where I got a real 6-pack. Yeah, it's perfect.
Dang.
Ooh, that's good. Looks almost. Oh yeah. I was like, ooh, it's a little sparkling. Oh, that's the blood. Yeah, it looks great, man. Yeah, it looks good.
What do you do with the star?
It says, I don't know how many years on this earth I have left, but I'm gonna get real weird with it. I chose that quote because I have a short timeline and I want to get real weird with it.
There they are. The things that we were able to do together in such a short amount of time were incredible. Me and my best friend were experiencing life. But the reality never really left our head. He still needed a bone marrow donor. He was still dying.
Today I am finding out a new team of my doctors that are going to help me with my new cancer diagnosis. We're going to find out some simple questions and hopefully answer them to the best of their ability. Some of the questions are along the lines of how will the treatment affect my daily life and how healthy I can stay, what are ways that can help me improve staying on top of things.
In times like these, everything just seemed to slow down. But that's all the more reason to keep our head up and move a little bit faster.
We are here at the Orange County Ropes Course. Three, got it. 2, 1, woo!
We are here at Thunderhill Raceway. I'm the new James Bond. And I cracked your hood.
As our bucket list started to take off, there were 2 items that we always thought about. 119, help another cancer patient. And number 4, set a world record. We wanted to use the community that we built to help other cancer patients cross off things from their bucket list. I started looking all over GoFundMe for people to help. Found a young boy named Josh, and as proud as I am of Chris going through his diagnosis, Josh is a warrior. I sat down with Josh's aunt and learned all about him.
Josh was born in October 2000. As a baby, he cried a lot, and he always, the doctors kept telling him it's colic, don't worry about it. One time my sister took him in, and another doctor thought, let's do some blood work. Let's just do some blood work. And so they did blood work, and he was diagnosed in April 2001 with JMML and neurofibromatosis. And then they started searching for a donor to do a bone marrow transplant. And they exhausted. We had hundreds of people come out and test for it, and they couldn't find a match. So then they kept looking, and they found a young man in Germany who had 2 young daughters, married, and he was a 5 out of 6 match, so they thought they'd try it. So on August 31st, 2001, he had his bone marrow transplant. But at April 2002, he started having getting dark circles around his eyes and splotchy skin, and his body, almost, it's a graft host it's called, started rejecting the bone marrow. And so they did a serious steroid treatment, which actually ended up helping him. But in May 16, Josh started losing a lot of weight and throwing up a lot. and didn't have a lot of balance. He kept falling and started having seizures. So they diagnosed brainstem glioma. So there was a tumor at the base of his neck on his brainstem. In December, Josh had a really bad seizure, and they took him to the hospital, and he was able to come back out of that seizure, but the doctor at that time told us that Josh had about 3 months.
Is there a moment where just your favorite moment with Josh?
There's a lot of, I'm sure so many, but I can't really think back right now, but the last thing I do sticks in my head is when he was last in the hospital. It was in December 17. And him being in so much pain, and we were sitting there, and we asked him how he was doing. He'd give us the thumbs up and tell us, awesome. But he started singing Feliz Navidad with my aunt. And he was doing the hand motions and holding his heart when it came to the part about the bottom of my heart. And that just sticks in my head right now.
What is his
We asked what was on Josh's bucket list.
We think it'd make him so happy to meet Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, or Tim Lincecum. I think that would just be a wonderful experience for him. And although he doesn't talk a lot, you can see the smile still. I think this would bring a smile to his face.
Hi Josh, it's Will Ferrell. I just wanted to send you a little hello and just to tell you that I'm thinking about you, and I'm sorry that I forgot to shave. Sometimes I just don't shave for weeks on end.
We received this photo of Josh a few days before he passed. I just remember all of us looking at the smile on his face and the shirt that we had sent him. It brought Chris to realize that as things were getting harder, you just had to keep going. And it made me realize I had to do everything I could to build a legacy for Chris and for Josh. They both provided such a beautiful perspective on life, and in case I never get the opportunity to say it, thank you. About the same time we reached out to Josh's family, we came up with the idea of breaking the world record for most bone marrow donor signups in one day. In our tiny little office, on a small corner of a whiteboard, we came up with something called Lemons for Leukemia.
When life handed me lemons of cancer, unfortunately, I turned it into a bucket list, and thanks to some help. So, when life hands you lemons, what do you do with it? When life gives me lemons, I power through it. I power through life. You just gotta bite right in.
That's so gross. That is so gross. That is definitely lemonade. Oh man.
Now for yours.
Who are you gonna challenge?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna challenge Danny DeVito and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, hopefully.
It was a social challenge to help us break that world record. We started off by texting all of our friends and asking them to participate.
Hey there, my name's Clay. I am doing the hashtag Lemons for Leukemia challenge.
Hi, I'm Sophia Decio, and I was challenged by Dillon Hill for Lemons for Leukemia.
It very quickly became bigger than all of us.
This is for Chris Betancourt.
So it all started with two best friends who wanted to make a huge difference with their bucket list.
And so the Lemons for Leukemia Challenge was born, a social media campaign to raise awareness about bone marrow donation. Everyone from college students to Danny DeVito
I don't like it.
are answering the call.
Do we have any lemons?
I don't know!
So when life hands you lemons, how will you make lemonade?
In Minnesota, are you ready?
That's home of the beat 'em action.
We challenge you, go!
Go Minnesota!
Now we're gonna go to California. California, go!
Yeah.
Go California!
Woo! They got it! Chris and Dillon!
Yeah! Amy, you've been asking for it. We're coming outside to you in Times Square. Times Square? ready, go.
Go!
And audience, you guys have been patiently holding these lemons all morning. Get those lemons ready. Audience, go! And you know, control room, we didn't forget about our control room here at GMA. Control room, get those lemons out, go! And you know, we can't leave us out, right? Lara, George, Robin, let's get the lemons. Go!
On March 1st, nearly 4,000 people joined the bone marrow registry and helped us set a world record. Our bucket list was on a whole nother level.
Free your body and your mind.
Don't hit it too hard.
What is it?
It's a car.
Oh, gee.
So, what you want to do before you pour, please don't pour.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to pick the mug up in your hand and line it up with the spout.
Okay.
Now put the mug back down,
Okay.
far in so it's not gonna smash.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to take your hand off the mug,
Okay.
because if you spill, you'll burn your hand with boiling
Okay.
hot water. So take your hand away from the mug and just free pour. Is he getting it?
Yeah, he is.
Wow! That was so impressive!
Can I turn around?
Yeah, you can.
Holy sh!
It's very giant, alright?
That's like 3 times the size of a normal giant.
It's like a giant.
That is like huge.
Alright, so we're gonna have you try and cash this in the bank.
I can't one man this. Okay. So I think we might be able to fit it if we fold it.
I think so.
Because it
Maybe if we
folds.
chop it up in the little.
If you fold it enough times.
Enough times we might
yeah.
be able to
Don't
do
look
it.
at my pin. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, so you gotta. Alright, come here. Come here. Make sure he's doing it. Make sure he's doing it so we can.
Deposit.
Oh yeah.
Maybe if we do one corner in first.
I don't want it to like bite
I don't
out.
want to.
like actually
I
jam.
don't think it's gonna work. I think we have to go inside.
This joke is now probably gonna break the ATM.
So we're gonna have to go inside.
Yeah, let me get my card out.
It's not. Oh yeah, we'll just eat your card.
I think they're actually using the count number.
How's it
Hey
going?
man, thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah,
What up,
thanks
dog?
for inviting me.
Bring it in here, dude. Come on in.
Now, guys, you're here because, Chris, it was on your bucket list to be on Good Mythical Morning.
Yes.
We are at the Tempur-Pedic factory here in New Mexico, and Chris doesn't know we are here. If you watch our vlog, he thinks we're at a concert, a Justin Bieber and Black Veil Bride concert.
Yeah.
But we are here in New Mexico getting him a new bed. And this is one of the bucket list items that a lot of people don't understand why it's on the list, but it's actually super duper important.
He was originally diagnosed in 5th grade when Dillon and I both knew him. He actually overcame leukemia pretty quickly, so, you know, just a few months. And so what his parents did to celebrate was actually got him a new bed. And since then, he's actually been sleeping on that same bed. And so one of the things he's been kind of bringing up consistently that's, you know, always been a topic of conversation is like, hey guys, we should get in contact with some of these companies and see if we can get me a new bed because I've had the same one. I'm not really getting good sleep, and, you know, because of the chemo and so forth, I'm tossing and turning. So
And his feet literally hang off.
His feet hang off, yeah. So
because he got it when he was like 12.
Yeah, so he looks like Elf a bit if you've seen the movie. Basically what we wanted to do is surprise him with a new bed.
Hey Brittany, we're the ones that just talked about beef jerky.
Okay.
So this is for y'all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of beef jerky. Wow.
Yeah, I mean if you guys just, whoever, if anybody comes by and wants it, I don't know if you guys can hand it out, but.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then how much is the next order?
$6.75.
I got it.
All
Trevor's got it.
in front of you.
I've seen your videos online and just wanted to say keep it up. Good luck. Dude, that's awesome.
That's crazy cool.
This is insane. Bucket list. What's a bucket? Can I get out and get you some? Hey, Chris, unlock this thing. We got it. There you go. It's for a bucket list for a YouTube channel.
During one of our trips, Chris was asked if he was to die tomorrow, what would he want to tell the world?
You really have to enjoy the little things in life, because unfortunately we may not see it tomorrow or enjoy it tomorrow. There's always a what if factor, and unfortunately, what if you aren't there to enjoy things? So you really have to go out and live life and grab life by the reins and just ride it as long as you can.
We listened to Chris. We took life by the reins, and because we lived every single day like it was our last, Chris has found a bone marrow donor. He's going to live. Since the beginning of this journey, over 10,000 people have joined the bone marrow registry in our name. We knew that that meant that at least one life was saved. But until we received the news that it was Chris's, the reality of what we've done didn't really make sense to us. He's entering treatment now. There's still a risk that his body will reject it. But we're optimistic about the future, and we're proud of how we lived it. As he's finally ending this battle with cancer, Clay and I are devoting our lives to ensuring that his legacy lives on.
My name is Lexi. I was diagnosed with stage 4 Ewing sarcoma, and now I'm living it.
It's only water, it's either sink or swim. Can't hold back your light and expect to hard. No playing games. You gotta be true, true, true. You gotta be. Sometimes it's gonna hurt, baby. Just let your tears fall down. No need to worry about tomorrow, baby. Cause you got time to figure it out. Sometimes it's gonna hurt, baby.
Hey. Chris.
What?
There's a donut in the background. We're gonna try and make it look like you're eating it. Try and eat the donut. Oh my God, you ate it!